What's up, guys? So this is part 9 because I couldn't find one. I didn't realize one was at the top. They all went in order from the bottom up, but one ended up being on the top instead of the bottom. So one will be the last one. So this one is actually 9. Uh, so this one it says silenced. So I'm gonna just go down here and let you guys look at it if you want. Let you guys pause and read yourself if you want. I'm gonna read it to you, but like I said, I'm not the best reader in the world, so I'll mispronounce words and shit. So if you want to watch me read it, by all means, because if I see something I don't like, I'll stop and give my opinion. But if you want to read it yourself, that's cool. Here we go. It was afternoon on the day after Sean had died. Nothing seemed to make sense, and they couldn't figure out if any of this was even real. Before the investigator had left that day, they had advised Ramona and Jared against disclosing details of the incident to anyone. Rumors were flying as neighbors whispered about what happened on Sandalwood Lane, Chandelier Lane, Wood Lane, whatever that is. Okay, why wasn't this on the news? Concerned community members called the sheriff's office and were told that there was nothing to be afraid of. The sheriff's office sent investigators to the high school to assure the staff that there was no threat to the community. An enormous amount of time and energy was directed towards controlling the narrative on the day after the death rather than towards the investigation. The investigators had called Jared a few times that day to talk about the items that Sean was dressed in and also about the bag that was found on his head. They explained that it was a silver/gray bag with with black with a black shoe on it. Immediately, Jerry thought of the old motorcycle helmet bags he had in the garage in a pile of uh, Goodwill, and he and Ramona went out to the garage to see if they were missing. There was one missing, one still there, but missing the string. Someone had taken the string out of two bags to suspend. Anyways, we're gonna skip through that part right there because of YouTube. But left the second bag in the garage. This made them really uneasy. Jarrett and Ramona are both in the military, and every military family knows how much equipment each member accrues over the years. Sean knew there were boxes and duffels of rope, cord, and military grade 550 paracord all over the garage. If he needed an actual rope, he knew where to find one, as the family used them often for various projects. It seems like someone literally opened the door to the garage in a rush, grabbed the first thing they could find. They also noticed that a bunch of their boots in the garage had been partially unlaced. Had someone tried to take the laces and realized they wouldn't work? Did they try to put boots on him? Uh, Sean also had his own drawstring gym bag in his room. Why would why would he not use one of those? Why would he not grab a necktie while allegedly dressing himself in the stepfather's closet? The choice of material baffled them. The investigators asked Jared about the clothing found on Sean. Ramona had taken pictures of Sean that night in the hospital, but only of the dress shirt he was wearing. They didn't have any pictures of the dim pants, as they were not on his body when he was brought into the ER. The investigators described the pants to the family, and they sounded like a pair of Jared's jeans, but they were never shown a picture of either the pants or the belt. If if it was the kid did it, why are they hiding shit from him? Like multiple times, these people have asked to see stuff, and the cops won't show them. So if he did it if he did it to himself, uh, then fucking what the fuck? I mean, anyways, The investigators described the pants to the family, and they found a pair of Jares. But okay, anyways, we already read. They have never identified them or have still not been given access to the discovery. Why weren't the investigators canvassing the neighborhood? Why weren't people being asked for their security footage? Shouldn't we be pulling every camera on the lane to see if there were cars or walkers in the area at the time? Why wasn't anyone doing anything? As the afternoon rolled by, Jamie left to go gather her own children from school. As she stepped outside to leave, she received a call on her cell from the investigator who had questioned Marie the night before. He asked her if she had remembered him, and she said yes. He told her that this was an open investigation and that she was not to speak to anyone about the case. He told her that meant no calls, no gossip, no social media. She started to feel sick. He told her that he had been flooded with phone calls that were impelling his ability to do his job. She hadn't spoken to anyone other than the school guidance counselor that morning. She had spent that night Sean's dead. She had spent the night that Sean died laying awake in bed, wondering how she would ever let her kids walk or ride in the neighborhood again, praying that their security system covered every inch of the house. Were they really not going to tell the neighbors what happened? Why was this all secret? That's a big damn question. Like, I would have told the officer, yeah, third from the left, third from the right, buddy, I'm going to freaking do whatever I want. This is my kid. You guys aren't doing shit. And I'm going to freaking put out freaking flyers. I'm going to freaking do whatever I need to do to get the information out because you guys are not even trying to help us. Like, go look into this case, guys. Go. This is the Facebook page name right there at the top. It says, what happened to Sean? Go look into this. Like, this case is, like, there's so many things that don't make no sense whatsoever, and the cops seem to be covering it up.